It's the Underworld Show with the toast the most. It's the Bone Show. Beep-a-doo-doo-day. Yeah. Welcome, Mrs. Bones. We have a great show for you today with my co-host James here. I'm James. Nice to meet you all. Yes, we have a great show today, folks. This is our 5th day of mortality, our 4th show. We're excited to be here. We are excited for all the changes we're going to be taking place today. I have a great interview lined up today. First of all, I have a question for all of you. Do any of you have a cat? I, James, don't have a cat. I, Nay, don't have a cat. Just let you know, sir. Thank you, assistant, very much. There are a few people that are cat lovers out there. We have a few tales about that today. But we're going to get into that right now. Eyeballs are going to let you know. This just in, a dog was chasing a cat when the cat's tail fell off. The dog yelped and ran away. The cat then put his tail back on. A neighbor watching said, "Well, isn't that the darndest thing, Earl?" She said to her husband that a cat got the dog by the tail. Hot dog. Yes, that is the truth. Yes. So isn't that something interesting? Cats and dogs always playing together. Also, recently in the underworld, go ahead, James. Recently, a man went for a walk in the park. He stopped to feed his stray dog. When he was all out of food, the dog stood upright, walked to his car, and drove away. Another man watching said, "What was that all about?" To which he replied, "He must have wanted to play pet." Then the man said, as he got on all fours, "Got any more food?" Wow. This brings a whole new genre to the thought of being man's best friend. Precisely. That's what I said. Oh my goodness. The stories are here. The stories are here. Also in the news, a recent study was done on toe jam to see if anyone was interested in buying a large quantity from Mr. George A. Urans. He hasn't had any takers yet, but the cost of the jar is $558 a jar. That's enough to make you wonder what the buyer is going to do with that sort of stuff. Right, exactly. Also, go ahead, James. A man was jailed for stealing a pineapple. When asked what his motive was, he said, "I needed to buy a ticket to get to America." So, friend, if you need money, take the odds and just do old-fashioned hard work, is what I would say. Right, exactly. So that sort of thing happens where people like exotic foods. For example, when you get an exotic food like a pineapple down in the underworld, it costs $800 to purchase it. Yes, my, I'd forgotten that. We need to have some pineapple. We do need to have some pineapple. So if you live in America and you're in mortality and you can get a pineapple, it's a great buy. Now, people sometimes ask the questions, though, how do they get these types of things? What happens? Right, this is James. Usually we have scroungers go to the surface and, well, take what they can for the surface if they can. They have to be quick-fingered and quick-handed, but there are those that can do that sort of thing, right? So that's part of the story, is just enjoy the food you have here. Be grateful for everything you have in everyday life. Today on the show we have an interview with Mr. James Moriarty. We're going to get to that interview in just a second. James is one of the heads of the underworld. We're pleased to have him on the show today. Yes, we are. Very much. This is James. Yeah. And James Moriarty will be here in just a moment. We're just going to let you know we do interviews with people that are dead, that are undead, that are coming to mortality, that are spirits. We do live interviews. We'll do some of those. But all of these people are alive because there really is no death. Death is a doorway. So James Moriarty, thank you for being on the show. You're welcome. I'm James Moriarty. Well, thank you for being here, James. Yes, it's a pleasure. What do you do exactly? I mean, I know, but why don't you tell the audience? Well, audience, I'm the Gravedigger from the underworld. 3,000 eons plus, going strong. Wow. Oh, my goodness, my goodness. May I, James, ask you a question? Sure. How big is your crew, may I ask? Large. I see. Yes. I see, yes. I have a joke for you. What did one gravedigger say to the other type of joke? Two gravediggers were out digging when they discovered a hand. He said to one, "What do you suppose we do with this?" The other said, "I'm not sure, but if we do find more, let's tell his mother. She'll be happy to know we found his hand in a thumbs-up position, still going strong." Well, that's a great joke. Yes, I do enjoy a good joke every once in a while. Eyeballs do too. I love lots of jokes. Eyeballs was to ask you, though, what's the worst part about your job? The smell. Oh dear. It's not really a joke. It's just how it happens to be. The smell is awful. I'm sure. Yeah, no kidding. That makes sense. James, was going to ask you, do you have a favorite pet? I do, my parakeet. He's all bones, but he chirps a lot, saying, "The dead, the dead, the dead." Quite easy to feed, not much of a nuisance. Right, yeah. So, do you have a pet? I was going to ask you, Bones. Oh, please, yeah, I do have a dog. My dog's Lappy. He's quite the character, and still trying to get him house trained, you know. Right, that is part of the problem with dogs. Yeah, I'm trying to break him for years, but he still has habits. Right. But I was going to ask you, do you have a pet, James? I, James, do have a pet. Yes, he's Artie, my bird. Hi, Artie. How you doing? Just want to say hi on the show. I think this is a great show. Doo ba doo ba doo 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 doo. I like to sing. I could do the intro if you wanted from now on. That is a great idea. This is Bones. Yeah, we'll have Artie do the intro. Yeah, I sing a little higher, but I could always do the intro if you wanted. Well, Artie, why don't we have you do the intro? I mean, I do have a good singing voice, but I can sing with Nate. Yes, exactly. We'll have you do that. Alright, this is Bones. Thank you so much, Artie. We do appreciate that. Yes, I'll sing along. What can people do to help you in your job, James, Artie? I mean, I'm sure it's a heavy load, even with a crew and all. Make sure you bathe before you kick the bucket. I get all sorts of complaints from my grave diggers about people not smelling just right. Ah, should use a little perfume or something. Yes, a little potpourri. It's James. Right, that'd be nice. That would help out the smell exceptionally. Yes, do you find it hard work doing what you do? Oh, extremely. Work is the lifeblood of life, though. I have a great work ethic since my own childhood. Trained by mother and father, which I thank them graciously for. Sometimes the hardest part in life is knowing that life is more than just a shell, if you know what I mean. Oh, sure, I Bones, understand. I, James, do too. Life is more than just a shell, you're right. Yeah, I mean, that's part of the thing. I live life in such a way that when people go on to the other side, they don't consider how much work it takes to do all of this. And I'll get into that. Right, this is Bones. How did you get your start? Well, I got started at Youth Immortality digging graves, so when I switched venues to the underworld, well, it was the most natural position I could take. Ah, was there competition? Sure, but then it came time to decide who would continue onward, so a competition was held, and I won first place. I loved the challenge, I really did. I'm a bit of a competitive person. Right. Are you married? Oh, yes, but that's private. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, moving on. Go ahead, James. You can ask the next question. What is the most exciting part or worthwhile part of your job? Knowing that a job done right is a job that has been worth doing. There's a lot of satisfaction preparing people to come to the next life. Right. Oh, this is James again. What do you mean exactly for those of our viewers? If I can ask you, what do you mean exactly? What do you do? I mean, how does the process work for preparing a life? You said there's a lot of satisfaction when people come to the next life. Right, there is. Would you mind sharing that, please? Oh, sure, I can share that. My own classification, when you dig a grave, you have to dig it just right. And you dig the grave according to the proportion, the height, and the weight of the man or woman, and then, or animal. Yes, I do animals too. Well, that's nice. That's really nice. Yes, I love doing it. Yes. This Bones, way to go. Yes, thank you. I do try to work hard. But in all of my line of work, the most important thing you can do is prepare the grave, knowing that the person will eventually rise from that grave and join the underworld. So if I prepare just right, then things work out and they come to us. I see. That makes sense. Makes complete sense. I would like to introduce my assistant, my companion here, Tiberius Jones. I'm Ty. Nice to meet you all. I talk a little lower on the Medium Network. Ty, it's Bones. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much. It's good to be here. Yeah, we're glad to have you, James. It's a pleasure to meet you. Pleasure, my friend. Pleasure. Yes, exactly. I just want to say hi with our last few minutes. I work with James Marty. Sorry, had a thought there that wouldn't quite come. Right, that's all right. But I do work for him because I saw how hard he worked, and so he hired me, and I've enjoyed my job ever since. Yes, Ty's been my assistant. What do you do, Ty? I'm a Druid of Scion. A Druid of Scion? Well, what is that exactly? A Druid of Scion, just for our last few minutes, if I can tell you, is one who works for Mother Earth, and a Druid of Scion is one that works extremely hard according to his own covenant, which is the power of the ability to resist temptation, which my own covenant is, thou shalt resist temptation to the nth degree. The nth degree, that is interesting. It's Bones. Well, thank you so much, Ty. We have appreciated your time here. Sorry running out of time. No problem. Maybe you can give me a little more time next time. Oh, sure, we'd love to do that, yes. I'm James Marty. Thank you for letting me be on the show. Oh, you're welcome, James. No problem. Yeah, and this is James. We do appreciate having you here. Yes, it's been lovely. I really appreciate my time. Well, that's our show for today. Thank you so much, James Marty. Thank you, Tiberius Jones. I do appreciate all being on the show today. This is Bones. We are going to continue our show tomorrow with our 6th Day Immortality, our 5th show, I'll continue on from there. So Artie, sing it away. It's the Underwood Show, and the toast the most with the Bone Show. Thank you.